Alright guys, let's go ahead and quickly have a closer look at everything that comes included with this kit. Starting off onto the left hand side, we do have 4 upgraded NPF batteries. These are the 970 NPF batteries, which are lithium ion, which is going to give you longer run times than your standard NPF batteries. These are rated for 7,800 milliamps at 7.2 volts at 56 watt hours. So these are what we have included with the kit. We got 4 of them along with this 100 watt PD 4-channel fast charger, which is going to allow us to charge all 4 of these batteries simultaneously at 100 watts, which is fantastic. So just to give you an example, we can charge all 4 of these in approximately 3 hours if we supply that 100 watts, or if you have the bigger batteries, which are rated at 10,500 milliamp hours, it's going to take approximately 4.5 hours. So we do also have included this 100 watt PD USB-C to USB-C cable, which is included with the kit, which is just going to go ahead and get simply connected over here at the side. So the other end of this cable, we need to plug this into the wall, an appropriate PD charger. So what I'm going to be using over here is a 100 watt GaN plus charger, which is going to supply 100 watts. We can plug it into the wall over here. And on this end, we do have a PD USB-C output, which is going to charge alone at 100 watts. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to plug it in over here. Fantastic. And now what we're going to do is actually plug in this into this extension cord. So we're going to supply power, and bingo, you can see already the charger has turned on. We have an OLED display screen. So let's go ahead and install each one of these batteries. So you can see these little metal contacts. We're just going to go ahead and select. It doesn't matter which order you install them on. You just want to make sure that you put them in place and push down. Okay, and as you see, as I'm pushing in each one, it's being displayed over here. It's being recognized onto the OLED display screen. So right now you can see that all 4 of these batteries are charged, because now I have this fast charger. These batteries are always going to be charged and ready to go. So I'm really happy about that. So for an example, if we unplug one, you can see that it detects that that number 4 channel battery has been disconnected. There's no battery being installed over there. We do also have a button that we can go ahead and select, which is just going to toggle on to the information as far as the temperature. You can see on the top right, we're at 23 degrees Celsius. It's also showing me at the charge that it's charging at, for an example, at 20 volts. It's also saying it's okay, so everything is running fine, no overheat or anything like that, because this fast charger does support some safety protection for and against guards against overcharging, any overheating, any short circuit, or even over voltage, etc. So we do have all of these safety protections built into this fast charger. And another nice feature as well, that any batteries that you may have kind of went into sleep mode because the voltage is under the required voltage, this charger is actually going to be able to restore those batteries, kind of bring them back to life in case they were sleeping. For an example, if you have a battery that you put on a charger and it's not charging, or there's some kind of issue, this charger may be actually be able to take it out of sleep mode, because it does have the under voltage recovery, which is really nice. All right guys, so just to go ahead and quickly demonstrate, I have 2 external camera monitors over here. If I flip this one over, you can see that it uses an NPF battery, and on this side over here we do have a slot for 2 NPF batteries, so we can basically do some hot swapping. So let's go ahead and install these NPF batteries. Pretty straightforward. Get these electrical contacts, line them up over there, just push it in and push it to the left. Same idea with this one, electrical contacts. In this case, they're on the downwards position. We're just going to get them in here and push them down. Same thing with this one. We'll install it, boom, put it on. So if we need to take off these NPF batteries, it all kind of depends onto your device, but in general, for an example, we do have this button over here that you need to press and then just slide it back out just like so. And same thing goes over here onto the right hand side. We have these buttons that if we need to remove these NPF batteries, you can just press down and slide up. So we got the NPF batteries installed. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and power on this monitor. We'll press and hold the power button, and bingo, the monitor is on. You can see I can access the menu and go through all of these different settings. Let's go ahead and power on this one. Power button here at the top, and it should be booting on. And there we go. One nice thing about this monitor is that, again, it's showing me the battery voltage for both batteries over here, which is showing 8.4, 8.3 volts. And I can actually remove one of these NPF batteries, totally remove it, and still run the monitor as nothing happens. So if one battery is running low, for an example, I can go ahead and hot swap. So that is a nice feature. And now I'm going to bring in another accessory, which some of you guys may use. For an example, a wireless video transmission system, wireless HDMI. So here we go. We got a device, we got a transmitter and the receiver. Let's put this off to the side. They do also take NPF batteries. So we'll take one of them here, push it in, take the other one, push it in, bingo. And now we can go ahead and fire them on. There's the power on and off switch. Here's the power on and off switch. They're both turning on right now. You can see over here onto the display screen, they're booting up and pretty much ready to go. Install the antennas and install your HDMI cables and you're ready to rock. All right, guys, so here is another example why I needed these NPF batteries. You can see I have my camera rig over here. This is the Zcam E2 M4 4K cinema camera, and let me just give you guys a quick little breakdown. So on the back of the rig, we have the Neewer V-mount battery, which is actually running a cable. Let's turn it off to the side here, which is running a cable from DTAP to my monitor over here, which is a DC input. And you can see I have this big gap over here at the back, and that is because there's a gap over there for the NPF battery that I'm going to be connecting to power the camera. So V-mount battery is powering the monitor, NPF battery is going to be powering the camera. So that is the game plan. We're going to install the NPF battery, and to be honest with you, these 970 batteries, I'm actually pretty happy with the size, because some 970 batteries are a little bit longer here at the back, and for this setup I could make them work, but you'll see this is already such a tight fit with this setup over here. I can tilt this V-mount battery plate back if I want, but I don't want to be adjusting it all the time whenever I need to basically put a new NPF battery in. So as you can see, I have just enough space over here to squeeze in the NPF battery. So I'm just going to line up those connections and push it down, and bingo, now the NPF battery is installed. Pretty straightforward. So you guys can see over here at the back of the camera, NPF battery is now powering the camera. So let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on by pressing and holding the power button. Camera is going to be being powered on, and you can see over here with the display screen. And now let's go and power the monitor. So it already has power supplied to it. We just need to turn the switch over here at the side of the V-mount battery plate. So let's just turn that on, and now it's going to be sending that power via that DTAP to DC to this monitor. So let's go ahead and power on the monitor with the switch there. Perfect. We're ready to roll. Nice little setup, nice and compact, keep everything nice lightweight. All right, guys, so here's another example on how we can use these NPF batteries to power some of our equipment. And here we have an 80-watt light. This is actually made by GVM. We could power the light via the DC input, the power supply that's included with the light, but they give us an option over here to use this light via NPF batteries, which helps to kind of make yourself a little bit more mobile, so you can power this anywhere, wherever you're located. So let's go ahead and install the first NPF, push it in, line up this one, push it in. Perfect. We'll turn on the power switch here at the back, look at the display screen, and we're ready to roll over here. We got adjustments for the intensity. This is an 80-watt light, and just to go ahead and test this out, yes, it is allowing us to go all the way up to 100%, which is great. So now that I'm powering this light with the NPF batteries, it just makes me a lot more mobile and free to kind of be anywhere and be able to film in creative different environments. I honestly feel having a portable light is fantastic, and the fact that we can power this light with the NPF batteries is top notch. So I'm going to give you guys another example over here. Let's just go ahead and turn this one off. All right, next I wanted to go ahead and show you guys this NPF battery plate, which is 2 NPF battery slots, and on the back of it, it actually goes to a V-mount. So here is an example on how we can use this plate with these NPF batteries. So here I have another COB light, LED. This one's actually made by Small Rig. This is a 100 watt, the RC100B. So check this out. We can power this light directly with a V-mount battery, but maybe you do not have a V-mount battery and you have NPF, like my case. We can go ahead and use this plate. We can dock it in here, boom, and now we can power this light with NPF batteries, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to install this one, install the next one, bingo, and we're going to turn this bad boy on. Here we go. Small Rig 100 watt is now being powered on. We can adjust all of the settings like typical, the CCT range, etc. Being able to have NPF batteries and now fast charge them. As you guys can see, guys, look at all this equipment that I can go ahead and power.